History has a way of repeating itself, often in patterns so precise it feels as though the world is on a pre-written script. Across the last 500 years, three global superpowers have risen to unimaginable heights and then vanished. Not through conquest, not through revolution, but through the slow, inexorable mathematics of economic collapse. And in 2025, the United States appears to be following that same blueprint, stage by stage, decision by decision, almost as if history itself is daring us to ignore the warning signs. In the late 16th century, Spain was the richest nation the world had ever seen. Its coffers overflowed with gold and silver from the New World. Its armies and fleets dominated Europe. The Spanish currency, the silver real, was trusted across continents. Yet within a span of 80 years, Spain was bankrupt. Once a colossus, it became a secondary power, never to reclaim its former glory. 3 centuries later, Britain ruled the largest empire in human history. Its territories spanned every continent. Its pound sterling dominated international finance. But within just 40 years after the cataclysm of World War I and the strain of World War II, Britain had relinquished its empire, and the pound's dominance faded. The world had moved on. Then in 1991, the Soviet Union, a superpower armed with nuclear weapons, satellites, and global influence, collapsed in less than 1,000 days. Not from invasion, not from revolution, from economic implosion. 3 empires, 3 collapses, and each followed a near-identical sequence: overextension, currency debasement, debt accumulation, loss of productive capacity, social decay, loss of reserve status, and ultimate collapse. The pattern is chilling in its consistency. What is particularly alarming is that the United States has already completed 5 of the 7 stages. We are not approaching this path, we are deep inside it. To understand the trajectory, we need to look past textbooks, past dry economic charts, and into the lived reality of imperial collapse. Empires do not fall with a single battle. They begin to unravel through economic exhaustion. Military bases spread across continents. Wars fought simultaneously on multiple fronts. Promises made that cannot be kept. Debts that cannot be repaid. Initially, the decline is almost invisible. Currency functions. Armies win battles. Governments make proclamations. Yet beneath the surface, the foundations weaken. Productive capacity dwindles. Talent flees. Resources misallocate. Allies hedge. Enemies probe. Trade partners explore alternatives. The currency that once commanded universal demand starts returning home. Military might stretched across the globe becomes unsustainable. Promises once backed by power become hollow words. This was Spain, Britain, and the Soviet Union. And at each turn, they made the same decisions the United States is making today, believing power to be permanent, overextending militarily, debasing currency, and ignoring the creeping signs of reality until collapse had already begun. Let's begin with the original blueprint, Spain in the 1500s. After Columbus's voyage in 1492, Spain became the first global empire. Conquering the Aztec and Inca civilizations, it gained access to unprecedented riches, gold and silver mines that no previous power had ever seen. By 1550, Spanish galleons delivered roughly 200 tons of silver per year. By 1600, over 400 tons annually. Spain's control over European money was total. The silver real was the reserve currency of its age. And here, the first stage of collapse begins. The illusion that controlling the world's money makes one invincible. King Philip II, ruling from 1556 to 1598, had more wealth than any monarch before or after. But he spent it on empire. Wars erupted across 4 continents against the Ottomans in the Mediterranean, France and Italy, Protestant rebels in the Netherlands, England at sea, and campaigns in the Philippines and the Americas. Half of Spain's revenue vanished into the military. And yet, it was never enough. Stage 2, currency debasement. To fund endless wars, the crown diluted silver coins with copper. A coin once pure silver became half copper, then 3/4. Face value remained, but real value collapsed. Merchants refused coins at full value. Inflation surged. Spain's wealth was literally being spent into worthlessness. Stage 3, debt spiral. Spain borrowed relentlessly, from Italian bankers, from German financiers, from anyone willing. Bankruptcy followed bankruptcy, 1557, 1560, 1575, 1596. Each time promises were made, each time they were broken. Stage 4, loss of productive capacity. With limitless treasure flowing in, Spain stopped producing. Agriculture stagnated, shipbuilding faltered, nobility scorned work. Imported goods replaced domestic innovation. Wealth flowed out as quickly as it flowed in. By the early 1600s, Spain's economy had been hollowed out, entirely dependent on American silver. Stage 5, social decay. Crime spiked, intellectuals fled. By 1640, Portugal seceded. By 1650, the Netherlands slipped away. By 1700, Spain remained vast only on maps. Once a superpower, it was now a shadow of its former self. Today, Spain is cultured, historically rich, but geopolitically marginal. This is the anatomy of imperial collapse.